Hello guys, and welcome to today's solo stream with me with a pretty cool, ooh, wait a second, I was checking audios over here. All right, anyway, welcome guys to today's solo stream, which we will be talking about a topic that we actually covered a couple weeks ago with Adam, Meg, and Freddie. But we were kind of talking amongst ourselves and I didn't get a chance to completely talk about everything that the community wanted to talk about. So that's what we're going to be doing today. We have already some people in the chat and some people watching us. So for those who are joining in, welcome to today's stream. I am Master Grade Jess. I am the host and the creator of Gunpla Talk Show, and I'm happy to have you guys here today. We have Franz in the chat along with 2A Cruel and Kasatra Ghost. Kasatra, you're always welcome, man. Welcome to the show. I asked you guys to go on Discord and let me know what you guys wanted me to talk about today. On the weekly topic submissions, if there are any, chat. So if you guys want to be a part of the GTS Discord, definitely head on over there. If you guys need a link, in fact, I don't even know what I'm asking. I'm just going to go over here, put invite people, and actually, how do I do this again? I feel like I feel so dumb all of a sudden. Invite people, edit invite link, expires after a day and no limit, generate new link, copy. I'm going to post it in the chat. Welcome, Dede. Welcome, guys. There's a link right there in the chat if you guys want to become part of the GTS Discord community. Anyway, we're going to start things off. And hopefully you guys are doing well, by the way. Today's a Monday. Hope you guys are having a great start of the day. And I think it might be almost Tuesday in other regions of the world. So I hope you guys are having a great start to your Tuesday. Let me know if you guys can hear me all right. Let me know if the music is audible. I do want the music to be there just in the background to make it a little bit more interesting. But yeah, we're gonna start things off with some things that the chat said. So I'm not gonna move on to a next screen yet. We will do that in a little bit. Franz says, my gripe, people buying a new kit and asking any tips, like they can't just read the instructions or at least follow along since they're in Japanese. And I mentioned to him that I have read this so many times and it's very notorious. It's a very notorious thing to do, I feel, on Facebook especially. Like, on Facebook, somebody buys a new kit, which there's nothing wrong with buying a new kit and asking for help. Like, I can name a couple of times where people would want some help. For example, when the Real Grade Sasabi came out, I know some people were having issues with the shoulders and the shoulder joints. When you plug them into the main body, they would sometimes snap. And so people would tell them to be careful. But a lot of people just ask about some tips for every single kit imaginable, and it can get a little frustrating, I'm not gonna lie, because it doesn't really bring anything to the conversation. It's just like, I bought this high grade, what can I do with it? Any tips? And it's like, I don't know, just be careful cutting them out from the runners, and that's it. Just follow the instructions. So I can understand you, Franz. 2A Cruel says, rushing a kit, slow, smooth is fast. Prep takes more time than painting. I think that's what he meant. I completely agree with this. I think in the world that we live in nowadays, everybody's kind of rushing to build as many kits as possible. I know I used to do that, so like I can speak of this from personal experience myself. So it can get a little, I don't want to say annoying, but I feel like, I mean, it depends on everybody's point of view. But it really depends on how you want to enjoy the hobby. Like, for example, some people want to take 20 years building a kit, and that's okay. That's fine. But some people feel like, are just building to build. Like, I gotta just keep building and building and building and building and building. It's crazy. Kasatra Go says, people over editing pictures, let the kit speak for itself. I also agree with that, Kasatra Goes. That is, you see it a lot, you know, especially because Gundam, or Gunpla in this case, you know, the scene isn't made specifically for a forum where people can just chat, right? Like, if you want to talk about Gunpla, we're talking about Gunpla, we're not talking about the anime right now, we're talking about Gunpla, right? Just the plastic model section of Bandai. And people want to talk about him amongst themselves. You can't just really be like, hey, so I built the high grade core Gundam yesterday and man, I don't like the way that it poses. I'm not saying that's a true story. I'm just coming up with this, right? And somebody's gonna be like, okay, well, why don't you like why it poses? Well, I don't know. There's something finicky in the leg. Well, what's finicky in the leg? Let's show me. And so what I'm trying to get at is that this hobby is very picture oriented. And I've seen loads of pictures on Instagram that get so many likes despite them being completely altered and over edit it. And I think sometimes, editing done correctly and balanced can bring out a lot on the kit. But I think that it can also take away from a kit if you overdo it, just like any picture, just like, you know, people taking selfies and over editing themselves and doing the whole body dysmorphia stuff, which we're not even going to get into. We're not going to get into that because then I'm going to get some people in the chat. They're going to be mad about that. And we don't want to deal with that. But I do agree with you, Kasatra Ghost. We're going to go over to see what the GTS community members on the Discord wanted to talk about, because we got a few responses. I just posted it yesterday. I added it everyone for them to post what they wanted to talk about, and I actually got pretty good amount of responses. So we're gonna head over there right now and we're gonna talk about that a little bit. So let me open that up. Let me see if this is viewable, because I don't have my OBS open. Yes, it is. Okay, cool. So I hope that you guys enjoy the new well, not new background, I just changed it from the Cowboy Bebop one. Just to make it a little bit more lively. And I hope that you guys are able to read this. Apparently we have a new message that somebody posted there just a minute ago. But anyway, I said, hey guys, today's solo stream will be on the things you hate the most about the hobby. That means anything you deem to be annoying or lame in the hobby can be talked about. I have some talking points myself, which I will get to later. I want to give you guys the spotlight first. I have some talking points myself, but I would love to get your thoughts as well. See you there. So the first person, of course, Magic Mike, you know, Channing Tatum over here. He says that the first thing that he absolutely, well, he doesn't like are gatekeepers. So he doesn't like gatekeepers, which I think that's something that comes up a lot. Because even Atros on, you know, right afterwards said that about sums it up. So gatekeepers, scalpers, the base kit P Bandai, base kit Bandai, add-ons P Bandai, and P Bandai recolors at 2 to 3 times the price. Okay, so that's a heavy hitter. Okay, so I also do want to invite you guys in the chat if you guys want to give me your opinion on what, in this case, Magic Mike wants to talk about. Let me know, and if you don't agree with me, let me know too, because this is for us to have a conversation, right? I want to be able to talk to you guys. So let's get on with the gatekeepers, which I'm glad it was the first point that was mentioned here. Gatekeeping in any hobby is terrible, and it exists everywhere. It can go as far as, I mean, it could take, let me rephrase that. It can take shape in so many ways. From, hey, don't build that because that's not popular enough, to, hey, this is not how you do certain things, or you're doing it the wrong way, which I think is one of the worst things that one can do in this hobby, is tell somebody that they're doing something the wrong way. Now, of course, if the person asks for help, or you genuinely want to help and give them advice, and go for it, as long as it's done in a calmly manner, which we will talk about later, because this was also talked about in the chat. But gatekeeping can be so detrimental into helping the community grow. And I think I personally dealt with some gatekeepers, not a lot, I'll be honest, not a lot. But that's one of the things we frowned upon within the GTS space, over on Discord and in general in the community. Don't do it. I don't know if you guys have any examples of gatekeeping that you guys have come to experience within the community and Instagram, Facebook, Reddit, anywhere. Then let me know, because I do know for a fact that there are some people out there that I have talked to. I hate saying that kind of stuff because it sounds like I'm saying a friend of my cousin's friend, you know, that kind of deal. But I have talked to certain people who have told me that the most toxic and gatekeeping community that exists is the Reddit one, which I have personally never had any problems with. But I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know in the comments. I have seen some pretty terrible gatekeeping on Facebook though, in the comment sections of pictures. Again, let me know what you guys have to say about that. All right, the next one is scalpers. Now, this is something that has been plaguing us for the last couple of 2 months, I want to say, due to the Bandai's recent announcement that they wouldn't be allowed, or they wouldn't be allowing stores to sell overseas in Japan in order to combat the whole scalping thing. Scalpers are scum. I don't care if you're doing it for a business. I don't care if you want to make a quick buck. You're scum. I don't care. You guys can completely you guys can take a clip of this and put it everywhere on the internet. Scalpers are the scum of the earth. And I know that because I'm a PC enthusiast, and having to deal with scammers when it comes to the whole buying a GPU and things is the worst things possible. It makes the community terrible. It makes it to the point where we're normal people who don't have the cash to spend on something that's overinflated. You know, like we can't enjoy those things just because you decided to buy $100 kit and upsell it to $300 just because it's a limited quantity, right? Like, you're fucking scum. And I think I speak for everybody when I say that. Unless one of you guys out there loves Scalpers. Scalpers be like the Carmelo, always watching from above like vultures. Yes, Jay Trong, you got to bring that fucking cursed design back. I agree with you. Yes, Scalpers are fucking terrible, and they are never good. They like, everybody hears that competition is good, right, in a business, and I'm sure there is. I don't have any business diploma. I don't have any business education, so take what I say lightly. But scalping, I don't think brings competition. Scalping, in the other hand, just kind of makes things shitty, because then the bigger companies notice that people might actually shell out this much money for a certain thing, and so they start they start increasing the prices, and the scalpers start increasing the prices, and then it just becomes a domino effect of absolute shit. And I'm sure I'm not the only one who believes that. But if I am, let me know. Like I said, type it in the chat. All right. The next one that Magic Mike talks about. How about the PlayStation 5 situation? Real quick, Shane. Welcome, Shane. I seen you in the chat. Welcome back, man. Yes. I mean, it goes. I mean, you see it everywhere. I mean, I think for us who are in the gaming world, and in the PC section of life, we kind of have a first-hand experience of that right now. And even with the PlayStation 5, the fact that you can't even really find them a lot anymore, I'm pretty sure you still can't find them almost at retail price right now. And it's been like over a year. Here's a fun fact. The HC Zeta is $50 now thanks to Scalpers. Look at that. A fucking high-grade kit, $50 US? Yeah, no. I have water this time, guys. And by the way, I'm no longer sick. I am fine. Okay, the next one that Magic Mike talks about here is the base kit Bandai, and then the add-ons are P Bandai. Now, I cannot agree more with this. I think as Gunpla enthusiasts ourselves, we want to have the chance. Like, if a kit is P Bandai and the add-on is also P Bandai, guys, you guys gotta remember that premium Bandai. All right, this is something that I've always wanted to make a video about, and I think I will one of these days. Let me know, actually, in the chat if you guys would like me to do a whole investigation regarding P Bandai. But I do like how, I'm pretty sure it was Zaku Aurelius who talked about P Bandai, and how premium Bandai doesn't mean premium in the sense of the westernized definition of premium, which means top quality or like higher quality. It just means limited quantity, or a limited set, or a limited printing. So it's limited in the sense that there's not hundreds and thousands of them everywhere, like a normal kit. There's only a certain amount of them, which makes them that P Bandai. It's meant to be an exclusive, right? So in this case, Magic Mike, I agree, yeah. If a P Bandai kit has P Bandai add-ons, then exclusives has exclusives, and by all means, that makes sense. But when you have a base kit that would be so much better with the add-on, and you make that add-on an exclusive that, you know, goes back to your second point of scalpers who can maybe buy it and sell it to you at a higher price, then that's freaking terrible. I completely agree on that. Freaking ugh. Let's see what the chat says here. PC is especially bad with scalpers. P Bandai has to be pretty special to get me to buy it. It would be sweet if they just sold upgrade kits with different runners. Yeah, I mean, that's what I mean. Like, there's such a limited amount of P Bandai kits that I want to get my hands on. In fact, I think the most recent P Bandai, I think it's the Master Grade Impulse or X Impulse, or I think that's what it's called. I'm gonna get that, but that's because I love it. The last P Bandai kit that I myself got was this guy. But this is because I absolutely wanted it the moment that I saw it. But even here, like even in my review, I spoke about how it just reuses runners from the Stormbringer, from the 2.0 frame, and then, you know, and then it's sold at 150 Canadian in this case, right? When a Sniper 2 costs 60. You guys see where I mean? Like, it's such a terrible thing for us, because at the end of the day, like, the hobby is pretty expensive in general. Like, let's be honest, okay? The hobby is by no means a a hobby that if, you know, like you have to shell out some money if you want to get some really nice stuff. And yeah, it just sucks. J-Tron says, also not a fan of how much of a hug, box, or circle jerk it becomes in certain groups. Are we talking about the P Bandai? I would like it if you could elaborate a little bit on that so I could speak a little bit more on what you mentioned there. Guys, like I said, welcome to the stream. Comment on the chat so I can read your thoughts. But yes, and then the other one that Magic Mike wanted to talk about was the P Bandai recolors at 2 to 3 times the price, which goes a little bit to what I was talking about, the Stormbringer. As much as I love the Stormbringer, and I do agree, I think I said it in my review, if you are a fan of the Stormbringer and GM units because it comes with the Turbulence GM, then you need to buy it. But if you're not really into any of that, then it's something that you can pass on because of the asking price for it. Yo, Old School Skill, welcome, man. Good evening. Hope that you're doing well. I'm pretty sure it's like 11 o'clock over there. Is it 11 o'clock? Almost 12 o'clock? I think it might be. Thanks for joining in, man. But yeah. So I do agree with you on that, Magic Mike. I feel like some of these P Bandais that I've seen myself that are just a recolor, it's like, dude, I can paint it myself. I know, okay, but here's the thing. Here's the thing that some people forget is that not everybody is into painting, right? So some people do enjoy the fact that you can buy a kit straight out of the box at a certain color, which kind of takes away the fact that you need to do that work yourself, which again, it's not bad. If that's how you like to do things, that's awesome. But for people, some people that are way more into the hobby in the sense that they paint, I see a lot of these titanium finished Verkos, for example, and I'm like, bro, I could do that myself, you know? But hey, everybody has their own little things that they like. Again, this is why these are things that you find annoying. They may not be necessarily be correct in every way, but these are your thoughts and your opinions, and I want to read about them. So let me know. Yeah, but Old School, nice. It's 11 p.m., dude. I hope that you're gonna get some rest soon. But thank you for joining in, dude. It's always nice to have you. I can't wait to have you back on the show and make you stay up till 2 o'clock in the morning. Me and a few others voiced discontent for certain aspects of Games Workshops. We'll get shouted down and called fake fans. That is, oh, wow, that is terrible. This wasn't another Discord. Yeah, it happens, man. A lot of crazy places in Discord. There's a bunch of Discord servers that are terrible. I hope that ours isn't one of them, despite it being very quiet. But I like to think we're a happy people, a happy family. Anyway, Atros obviously agrees with Magic Mike. Mike, thanks so much for putting that in there, dude. Kathy, I don't hate anything, but it is very insular compared to some areas of modeling. Lack of 3D printing parts, weathering not so common, dioramas are rare. I feel that limits some people. Yo, Freddy, dude, hey, I loved you and Megan those pictures at the wedding. I hope that you guys had a great time, and also at the con. I love seeing you guys happy. I love you guys. Thanks for joining in, dude. I think nothing wrong with your Discord, far as I can tell. Thanks, man. Okay, so Kathy is very much into the 3D printing, diorama making kind of area in the hobby. And obviously there's a lot of people who don't do this stuff because I think one of the things that we need to mention is that dioramas for some people can be very, I was very pretty, right? Yes, you were very pretty. You were a very good looking man. It can be intimidating. Like painting a whole kid is intimidating. Now imagine having to go and create your own diorama. Even I look at a diorama, I'm like, bro, like, how am I going to be able to do this? And of course, I'm sure that there is ways of doing it easy and taking step by step, just like with anything. But I think they can be very, like I said, intimidating. So I can understand where Kathy comes from, as she maybe wants a little bit more peers who work on that kind of stuff that she can back and forth with. So I completely understand it, and it's okay to be annoyed with that. 3D printing parts, I think, is another part that's a little bit more difficult, as 3D printing means that we need to study a certain skill set. And I say study, I don't say become a pro or a master at it, but become a little bit in tune with the designing and printing your own, and also buying a 3D printer and also buying the materials. I think it for some people it just means you know, investing so much more money. But I completely understand where you're coming from, though. I am glad that you have people such as Jetto Hobby with who you can back and forth with. And even now that Justin, Studio G, I don't know if you ever talked to him, but you know, he's also doing that nowadays. He's even selling his own 3D printing parts. So I think there's room for it. I do feel like when it becomes more viable to buy and for people to invest in it, you'll see a bigger crowd behind it. So I do thank you for putting that in there. Oh, I never mentioned anything 3D printing related when regarding Warhammer. Good chunk of the community considers it to be heresy. I have read that. A lot of people can be purists, and I think it goes back to the gatekeeping. But I honestly do like to stand with the thought that Gunpla is freedom, as in like you could do whatever the hell you want. Okay, so then we have Gunpla Exile, aka Squirrel. Unpopular opinions, as always seeing the same things. Like always seeing the same kits as being color swapped or with a few details added. Nothing originally, at least in the Western circle of Gunpla builders. Like I constantly see a color swapped Gramps with maybe some scribing added but nothing else. Like not even extra details, just the basic kit with the bit of work. I wish people would try to make something more original. Like, oh, you want a specific SD kit, but Bandai hasn't made one, just make it yourself. I would love to see more things like this. And then he put some examples. This is Gunpla Luke, of course I know this one. Gunpla Luke is super talented, and then he has this from somebody else instead of just stuff like this. I think with this kind of opinion, 3D printing is here to stay. It is, Freddy. It just needs to become a little bit easier for the common folk to be able to buy it and get in. Like I said, designing, like I come from an engineering background. I studied 3 years of mechatronical engineering, and I had to work with SolidWorks and all of that. And as much as that was really fun, it's not for everyone. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that you have to go that into 3D printing, but it does demand another skill set and more time invested along with money investing than some people have. But anyway, so Gunpla Exile, I agree with you that in a lot of cases we do see same old, and of course seeing people do something like this or creating their things. I think it goes back to the topic of how comfortable people are within the hobby or at their skill of the hobby to be able to create certain things. I know I would love to do a lot more different things when it comes to my kits, but the problem is that I personally don't feel like I have the skill set yet to do anything like that. The hobby still has lots of room to grow in the West, so 3D printing will grow with it, just isn't there yet. I agree, Shane. Definitely true right there. I don't think there's anything inherently wrong with a completely different color palette. I do like seeing different color palettes. I think I don't agree or disagree with this opinion, because I think that a lot of people out there who start this hobby copy what other better builders have done before them, and I think that's a great way to start. I honestly think it is. I mean, eventually you find your footing, you find your own style, but and sometimes you don't need to go all completely insane and wacko on your kit and to make it something nice. Like a quick, or not even a quick, just a repainting of a different color palette is okay for a lot of people. It doesn't. I think the problem is when people give it more credit maybe than it deserves, and maybe I'm biting my tongue there, but maybe it doesn't. Like I don't know. Again, it depends on what you like. So inherently, I don't really see anything wrong with that. But I completely understand where you're coming from. You would love to see different things. I don't know. I know that Old School Skill, for example, has a bunch of links on Pinterest. And he just scours the interwebs looking for such things. And when I needed help in some design choice or some inspiration, I would ask Old School to help me. He's like a private detective. So get in touch with him and he'll show you different people who've done way crazier things to their kits than what we normally see on Instagram. But inherently, I don't think there's anything wrong with people doing that. Again, I'm not saying that your opinion is wrong. I'm just saying that it just depends on taste. I agree. 3D printing has many possibilities. There was a guy who made an entire conversion for the Hyakushiki Kai into full armor type. I saw that one. I was drinking. Hunter S. Thompson rewrote The Great Gatsby before he would write his novels so that he could get a feel for it and how it was to write a masterpiece. Copy what already works and you learn a lot. I agree. I do it myself. My most liked kit by people that I've done, and the only second kit that I've ever worked on is my Sniper 2. And for those who don't know, my Sniper 2 that I painted and redid the torso and added more length to it and scribed. If Ryan Lau was in the chat, the amount of times that I gave him a call or messaged him on Messenger just so him and I could talk, and the help that he gave me, I modeled that after his Sniper 2 that he did, his White Dingo. I didn't do it exactly the same because I wanted my own taste of it, but I definitely used his body on his Sniper 2 as an inspiration. So much inspiration out there, just not in the obvious places. Yes, old school, because you're the king of looking for those. I love you, man. Gatekeepers can go to hell. For sure, John Z, for sure. Otaku Builder gave me a blue heart over here. I'm pretty sure maybe he was giving me the blue heart to the fact that I said that people can just do a repaint, because James does repaints of kits just with their base colors, and he does his own style of shading on them, and he adds his own LEDs, and he's a great kit basher. You don't need to do a bunch of crazy stuff to be doing something different out there, or to be doing something cool. Again, my opinion, I know that, like you said, you know, again, it's your opinion. I agree with you in certain ways, but I also think that a lot of people sometimes just want to do, you know, something that they enjoy, which is, I think, is the main thing. DJ Soundwave says, only thing I hate is scalpers. They ruin the fun a lot. It's impossible to pre-order most P-Bandai kits in the official stores, and sometimes they oversell a bunch of retail kits with no reprints, and it pains me a ton. If I ever meet a scalper in real life, I'm drop kicking them. I couldn't agree more with you, DJ Soundwave. I am not advocating violence on the stream. All I'm advocating is that scalpers are the scum of the earth. I don't care if you're a scalper and you're in the chat, you're scum. I'm sorry, there you go. You can hate me for saying that, but this is the way I see it. Old school skill, my boy, here you are. Unrequested criticism, gatekeeping. Still don't understand the need to tell anyone that they are enjoying the hobby wrong. Yes, old school. Just let people enjoy things to whichever level they are happy with. And I think, oh man, I feel like a lot of people would take that as the politically correct response. Not bringing politics into here, I'm just calling it what it is, what a lot of people might see it as. But it's so true. It's just, if people enjoy doing that with the hobby, if people enjoy repainting a kit, just let them do it. If people enjoy putting LEDs in a kit, let them do it. If people enjoy just building a base kit and taking a picture of it, let them do it. Let them do it. If they enjoy it, then what harm? My motto in life is, as long as what you're doing doesn't affect me, then I don't care what the hell you're doing with your life. I mean, old school out of everybody would know that there are things that people have done that have affected me, and I absolutely despise those people nowadays, because as much as I'm a nice guy, fuck those people, but they have affected my life. But when it comes to just, you know, things that people like doing, like, you know, let them be. Let, what's it called? Live and let live. Just live and let live. P-Bandai in its current form, I feel its true usage should be for collectors and kits that have low audience but high expense to produce. For example, the Deep Striker. Color swaps, slight variation kits should never be in the lineup. Wow. Okay, so yes, I have never thought about it that way, and I'm glad that you bring this up, because I have honestly never thought about that. Simon, give me a second. Simon Lamb says, to create on top of an existing design that is proven to be good is a good practice as you get to understand more about the original design. I couldn't agree more, and Simon is one of those amazing masters of the craft, even if he says he isn't, because like I've told you guys millions of times before, you got people like James, like Ryan Lau, like Simon Lamb. You have people who are so good at this hobby, like Seo Yahuya, who I'm pretty sure they know they're fucking amazing, but they're the most humble people. But hey, you have to start somewhere, and if that's how you start, then great. Some people just, you know, there's a lot of people out there who can't just grab a kit and turn it into something completely different and amazing. They just have to start by copying others, and I'm pretty sure that Studio G, were he here, he would say the same thing. Noble Mecha, what's up, my man? Freddy Torres, low demand, high expense doesn't make sense for a business. I completely agree with that, Freddy, but I think what old school is saying is, I don't know if you guys know, but like, I'm pretty sure Disney or whoever it is that create the Star Wars kits came up with like a crowdfunding kind of thing where there's certain things that cost a lot to make, so they would ask for people to pre-order before, and if they reach that demand of pre-order, then they would make it, because at the end of the day, it's not that they're going to make a lot of money off of it. They just want to see if there's enough people that might want it. And I think that's where he's kind of going with. I'm not saying that's exactly the model he's going for, but I do understand how cool it would be if there's a low audience for a certain amount of things. And maybe if they did implement that, it would work. Again, I'm not saying, I'm not a business guy. I'm just talking like a hobbyist who's like, okay, maybe this could work. But I completely agree. I would love to see that kind of stuff old school, because there are certain things that I would enjoy that I know that are kind of crazy for Bandai to make right now. And I know that we've talked about this kit over and over again, but the 1100 Kshatriya would be amazing, and I could understand why they probably aren't making it. Maybe it's the engineering, maybe it's because it might be too heavy, maybe it's because it might cost a lot. Who knows? Put the premium back into P Bandai. There you go. We should make that into a shirt. Put the P put the premium back into P Bandai. I would love that. And number 3 says, kits with poor weapon holding design. If the weapons, armor, accessory is part of the kit, then the finished model should be able to hold it with confidence. Holy shit, that is so true. There's so many kits out there that that have their fucking weapons and they just can't hold it. I know for... I'm looking at one right now, my Quant, my master grade Quant. Much as I love it, the full saber. When you create that big ass sword, he can't hold it himself. Maybe it's a lot to ask for, but even then, you know, at least Bandai came with the little holding arm for the big ass sword, so I can see where you're coming from with that. Every single Wing Zero, yes, with the Buster gun or whatever it's called, the Buster rifle, yes. And obviously people agreed with you, man. I'm gonna give you a little emoji right there as well. Saucy Verka, those stupid hands. Whoa, 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 Shane. You want a high G tequila, HG tequila? That'll be $350. Hey, give me my fucking tequila Gundam. At this point, I'll pay whatever you're asking for. Come on, man. Okay, so the next one we have is Bespoke PMK, aka Ghost of Zeon, who rebranded himself. He says the lack of availability on kits in North America. Fuck, dude, it's so true. How many times have you gone online or wanted a kit, but you look everywhere in North America, but it's not here, but you find it overseas and you can't get it because of high shipping costs, because of X and O. Even Japan has like their own exclusives, and it's crazy. But I can understand to a certain extent, because obviously Japan, Bandai has their statistics and their analytics and all that shit, so they probably know that the highest demand for those are in Japan, and that's where, or not even just Japan, but in Asia in general, and we get the short end of the stick over here in North America. You guys gotta remember that Gunpla is still a very niche, small hobby here in the Americas, and that's one of the things that GTS and other communities out there are trying to do, like the one with Freddie and Meg, you know, trying to just kind of spread the word of how amazing this hobby is. ECHS, that depends on the age, I suppose. Old hands are pretty bad at holding stuff in general, but yeah, stop making oversized weapons if they can't be posed. Damn, old school, you definitely, you made the people speak, you got them riled up, my man. I love the Sasabi except for those hands, terrible. I personally love the Sasabi hands. J-Tron says they should make P Bandai made to order if possible. That's what I meant, J-Chunk. I would do that. If there was a P Bandai kit, I would do it. I would order it. Anyway, going back to Bespoke, the lack of variation of kits, especially in master grade kits. I want a new mobile suits made into master grades. Not more wings, freedoms, unicorns, granddads, and exit kits. Stuff like Moon Gundam, Kshatriya, and AOZ kits. You're preaching to the choir, man. We all want that. We all want that, I feel. But, you know, as much as we say that, when wings and freedoms and unicorns and granddaddies and exit kits come out, people buy them. And I think one of the most important things that we should be learning from, in general, from society. Oh God, I'm gonna sound like that crazy guy. We live in a society. Is that we have to let our wallet speak, right? Because even here, Noble Mecha mentions it right now. The lack of updating old kits is a terrible thing. There are so many kits out there that are in need of a 2.0, or if they've got a 2.0, it would be a great fucking kit, but they just don't want to do it because of the expense that goes into it. They'd rather go with the safe bet, which is making another unicorn that 100,000 people are going to buy. It costs a lot to design a kit and make molds for it, unfortunately. It does. It does. And of course, there's always the business side of things that we don't know 100% of, right? But yeah, dude, sometimes it gets tiring to just build fucking unicorns. Someone said that near the bottom, I think. Yes, maybe? Okay, yeah, okay. You mean in the chat. Okay, I'm trying to hang out with the chat, read over here on Discord, because I want to get all of you guys the same amount of time when it comes to talking. So we'll get to it. But yes, I agree with that, Bespoke. P-Bandai, almost all new AOZ kits are P-Bandai. Prices are high on their releases, not even kits, but apparel. $350 a coat, like really PB is abusing limited and scalping. Damn. That being said, give me a high grade tequila already, Bandai. Yes, Bandai, if you're watching this, I love you so much. You're the best thing in the world. But we need a high... I would honestly be happy with a high grade tequila Gundam. Like I'm a Mexican. I am Mexicano. Yo soy Mexican, okay? Yo quiero un tequila Gundam. I don't even speak like that in Spanish. Yo quiero un tequila Gundam. So there you go, Bandai. You heard it from a Mexican. I speak for all the Mexican people in the world. It's been a long time since we got a new master grade for 0083 and 8th MS team. Yes, it has, and it's one of the best series ever. AOZ kits have legal issues involved besides the cost. Oh, Freddy? I'm just gonna bring you on this fucking chat, bro. Like, you just have all the business answers. Did you know that they skipped the 30th anniversary of 0083 last year? Really? I didn't know that. I mean, I have a collection of different wing kits, and I will keep buying them as they come out. I have 50 so far. There you go. Shane. Bad Shane. No, I'm kidding, dude. Hey, if it makes you happy, it makes you happy. But I can see where people are coming from. A lot of people in North America have such a close connection with Wing because it was like their introduction to Gundam. I personally don't. I think I have a deeper connection to Barbatos. So there you go. Anyway, P-Band. Okay, so that's when we talked about, you know, P-Band. People are going to keep scalping P-Bandits. It's the way the world works, unfortunately. Again, scalpers are scum. Gatekeepers and unhumble builders on social media. Unhumble builders, please preach, my man. There's so many builders out there. They're not even to the highest level of building that believe they're hot shit. And I think that's just the worst fucking thing. I will say this once and I will say this again. Lorenz, what's up, my man? Welcome. Noble Mecha says, make more Master Grades HEs are cool and on, but they would be better as MGs. Yes. I was going to say, you guys, I can talk about this now, but we were going to have a guest. I'm pretty sure I mentioned this before. We're going to have a guest around 8-10 months ago on the show when I was still doing interviews. And we were talking to this person, and the person, he's a builder and all that shit. He has his own YouTube channel, but the guy thinks he's tough shit, that he's like the biggest fucking thing in the world, that he's super popular. And I shit you not, he said to us, this all sounds like a ploy to get me into your Discord server. Like he said straight out that the only reason we wanted to have talk to him was because we were dying to have him on a Discord server. No, we're not, dude. Nobody even fucking knows who you are. The fuck out of here. They'll bend over backwards to tell you they watched Wing on Toonami in the 90s despite being born in the 2000s. Holy shit. True, man. So yes, unhumble builders on social media are the worst. Literally fuck off. Odin says politics from Bandai about Europe. Yo, Freddy, I wanted you on my fucking Discord, dude. I can't believe that you didn't know that. What the fuck? Fuck this place. If we have kits left after distributing them for all the rest of the world, maybe we can throw them. Maybe. Damn, is that really how it is in Europe? I didn't know that. I know that Old School calls his land the land of no Gunpla, or I think something like that. But I didn't know that that's how bad it was. I mean, you guys even have a Gundam base in France. We don't even have any of that shit in North America. I would think that it'd be better over there. But I don't know, maybe it's the Taurus, maybe I don't know what's going on over there. We are due for a Reborn 10-0 Hygog or Zigagi. We're due for a lot of kits. Just Bandai needs to listen to us a little bit more. We don't have a Gundam base yet. Yes, we don't have a Gundam base yet. Bandai, if you're watching this, give me a call. We can set something up. I mean, Edmonton is just a couple hours away, but Calgary can become the new Edmonton in the sense that Calgary is better. All right. Anyway, not enough various mobile suits in MG and PG. The same always. Unicorn Strike, Exia, Unicorn Strike, Exia. Well, okay. So for the perfect grade, I can speak for the perfect grade. This perfect grade is supposed to be like the iconic protagonist suit, because it's like it's meant to be like really popular, right? Excuse me. Am I a fan of the fact that they came out with another fucking unicorn? What was it that they came out with? PG or some shit. I think it was a PG perfectibility unicorn. Am I happy about that? No, but I can see where they're coming from. I would like it to change, but it probably won't. I have a feeling I know who it is. Jay Tronson. The struggle is real on the island of no Gunpla. There, like a RG Wing Zero TV version. They just have so much things in stock that they can come out with. Like, what are you doing, dude? What are you doing? Arrogance from Bandai against Europe and Japanese. Create GBDC for USA, Canada, Japan, Australia, Korea, China, etc. But France, UK, or Germany, man, let's create a Europe contest without any distinction and let them fight between them. Holy fuck. I did not know it was that bad in Europe. I honestly did not know. Even the GBWC here in Canada hasn't been amazing these like last 2 years, I feel, because it's all online, obviously because of COVID and shit. I haven't been able to experience it. Hopefully soon, but I do hope things get better in Europe. I can't really say much because I don't have a lot of experience over there. But like I said, you guys have a Gundam base. I'm not saying that that should make up for everything. I'm not saying that should make up for everything, but fuck, I would kill to get a Gundam base in Canada. Not seriously, I wouldn't kill anyone. I'm not gonna kill anyone. When am I saying this? Now YouTube's gonna like block this video or some shit like that. The nameless one says, I thought they used to have French and Italian competitions, but other countries complained or COVID hit, and so they combined. Personally, I prefer Europe-wide contests over no contest, which was the previous UK position. However, if you previously had a competition and lost it, I can see how that sucks big time. Oh, okay. A little bit more of the eye-opening over there in Europe, because I honestly don't know anything about it. Did you know they had the full Shuffle Alliance and a Noble Gundam geared for Master Grade release, but canceled last minute? I did not know that. I do not know a lot about these things, guys. You guys are schooling me here. There, you said it. My GBC entry isn't exciting. No, Simon, I didn't... You know what I mean? I'm talking about having a full, like, on-the-floor competition where you fly out, and because I saw the 2018 one or whatever, I think it was held over there on the east side, and I would love to experience seeing everybody's work in person as opposed to everything being online. That's what I meant by exciting. So I'm sorry. Sorry, Simon. I didn't mean it like that. You know what I meant, baby. Now you know that I mean, I would like just, it's in a way, it's a blessing and a curse to have started this hobby during COVID times, because in January when I start, well, not January, December of 2019, 2020, going into 2020 is when I started all of this stuff. And it was cool because it's something you can do at home, but then you realize that there's so many things that you can do outside of the hobby that were done before COVID, and you're like, shit, I want to do that, but you can't, and that's what I mean, Simon. Oh, that was just a rumor. He will just main them. All right. Next one. Can I second the unrequested criticism? Okay, so that's one of the things we didn't talk about. I'm sorry, I completely skipped over that. Like, I talk about gatekeeping, but the unrequested criticism, some people just don't ask for criticism. I haven't seen it a lot lately. Maybe I just haven't been scouring enough through Instagram and stuff. But how do I say this? Like, yeah, unrequested criticism should never be a thing that you should just give just to be a, you know, dick. It should be in a nice way. If you want to give it, maybe you could ask the person like, hey, would you like some advice? No? Okay. Au contraire, my fellow friend. France won the last two contests, but I think that's not fair for the other nations. The best will rise to the top. Oh, I forgot a thing about hate about the hobby, the elitism from some millions. They're really proud of. Yeah, this goes back to gatekeeping and the elite and all that stuff. I haven't had to deal with it a lot, but I do know of some people that I've talked to personally that are a little bit elitist in their views and the way they do things. I don't agree with it, but I can see why it's a turnoff, because it's like from the hobby, it's just terrible. Spearon, oh, you're in the chat and you're also over here. Crazy. As a Western, that is what pleases me. With thoughtful weathering my opinion. Play with any medium, not afraid to use my saw and add physical story to a build. With the exception of a few builders, all I hear is crickets. So that would be my gripe. TBH, I would love for someone to say, looks like shit and here's why. Excuse-moi, I'm drinking a lot of water. I won't go off on Lake Corbusier rant. I don't know if anyone recognizes me from the GBA Discord, but if you have posted something in there that involved more than following instructions that a 12-year-old is meant to understand. I've made an effort to engage their work, give praise, give criticisms or critique, ask questions, give suggestions, or of course, I never try to be mean. I want everyone to grow and improve, you know. The reason we opt to civilize, to become a better species. In a vacuum, we may get good at something, but as a group engaging each other, we reach the stars. Hey, that's a great little thing right there, dude. Hi, man. Weathering is a difficult thing to get into because, again, it depends on how you view the hobby and what you're doing with the hobby, because a lot of people here on the Western side who are moving towards it or are getting into it, their first experience with plastic models, and even mine, was with military stuff. And you see a lot of weathering there. So you want to find a way to translate that onto these out of the world, crazy big robots that have nothing to do with tanks. So again, it depends on how you do things and what you're into. Like I know Gunpla Exile, who this is replying to, is very much into the whole World War II kind of style of things, which I've told him many times when it comes to his builds. So that's why I think it's a little difficult to get into like weathering sometimes. Though I do love seeing really nice weathered kits. Lauren says, I don't know if this is a gripe, but people who make fun of your hobbies are really irritating. People who make fun of your hobbies are assholes, all right? People who make fun of whatever it is that you like are fucking assholes. I personally know someone who thinks that what they like is the best thing in the world, and they think they're special snowflake because they like the weird shit. Get the fuck out of here. All right? You're not better because you like the weird shit, all right? Like what you like, just like, I'm gonna go back up to it. Just let people enjoy things to whichever level they're happy with, you know? Old school skill set at best. So people who make fun of the hobby, fuck them, dude. I actually use acetone to weather my kits. You're not supposed to because it can eat the plastic, but if you do it right, you can give a non-painted kit a weathered look like cleaning up panel lines. Hey, nice little tip there for anyone who wants to bring that along. Gunpla lovers come in all kind of there are collectors that never build, and you will have those elitists who get super duper competitive. It's fine as long as the person is enjoying Gunpla in their own way. There it is. Don't yuck someone's yum. His stuff is dope. Every hobby gets made fun of. Yeah, every hobby makes fun of. Everybody. I make fun of Kevin, you know, Gunpla Hong's hobby of watching hentai all the time. You know, but that's just me. And that's a joke, of course. I just use a Q-tip though. No cotton balls or swabs. Hey, there's a lot of ways to do things, but thanks for the tip. Hopefully if you guys are out there in the chat and you guys want to do something different, try out what he's saying and let me know how it works out for you. Kinds, types, you get it. Yeah, I get it. I got it, Simon. Don't worry about it. Yeah, it's fine as long as the person is enjoying Gunpla in their own way. Exactly. If you enjoy something, then you enjoy it. And one of the things that I will say though is just because you enjoy something doesn't mean somebody else needs to enjoy that something. Everybody has different tastes, and I think a lot of people forget that, and I think it's very important in the hobby community to understand that everybody has different tastes for whatever the hell. Just because you like something, you can't force other people to like it. You just can't. I will not force other people to love the Barbatos as much as I do. I will not force other people to love the Sasabi as much as I do. But just like that, nobody's going to force me to love the unicorn as much as they might. Hentai is art. Jeffrey, yo, what's up, my man? Bad Jeffrey. Isn't that from The Office when Stanley gets caught? He's like, it's not porn, it's art, or some shit like that. Anyway, weren't we just talking about not ragging other people's hobbies? Yes, we were. Yeah, guys, don't rag on his hobbies, okay? Hentai is art. I just joined the Scale Model Club because I missed that feedback. It's the only way to improve. He sounds cultured. Hentai and not gonna get caught. Oh God. Yes. Getting feedback when you ask for it is important. That is very important. And some people like to hear it. Some people like to hear it and some people don't. The thing is, if you ask for feedback, you should be ready to bite the bullet. Like you need to be ready to take it. Like if you ask for feedback, you know, whoever you're asking for feedback, if you ask for it, the other person is not entitled to tell you that your thing is the best in the world. They're entitled because you asked for it to tell you, hey, you know, maybe your thing needs a little work. If you get offended by it, then that's your own thing. Trust me, I've dealt with that shit. I've dealt with that. Okay, and then Jeff Rock says, I'll say it, it's very unpopular. People who paint their kits similar to the original color scheme. I can only look at the same red Sasabi with the matte finish for so many times. You better be doing some major modding for that thing to stand out besides scribing and adding in an extra color or two. Okay, hear me out. Hear me out. I think that, and because it's happened to me, and I think I've talked to some of my peeps about this. Sometimes, because we've been in the hobby a little bit longer, I'm not saying that I'm an old folk in the hobby because I've only been in the hobby since, like I said, 2020, beginning of 2020. So I only have 2 years and 3 months under my belt. And I've seen a lot because thankfully, thanks to GTS, I've talked to a lot of people. I've talked to a lot of great modelers and, you know, community members such as yourselves. And you're so in line and in tune with the hobby that you're looking at it every day. That sometimes, you know, certain day-to-day things that some people do, like for example, I see a lot of repaintings and just random normal kits on Reddit, and sometimes I look at them and I'm scrolling through our Gunpla and I'm like, bro, I've seen this a million times over, and I feel sorry for myself, not for that person, because I know that if I had started this hobby 6 months ago, I'd probably be like, damn, that looks super cool. And I still do that a lot. But nowadays it's like, now I need something crazier to feed that that persona in me when I'm looking at a hobby thing. You know what I mean? So I think that's where it comes from. You kind of become, I don't know, you kind of get tired of seeing the same thing, but it's not wrong. Like we spoke about it earlier. It's not inherently wrong in any way whatsoever, because you can enjoy the hobby if you enjoy repainting the kits yourselves, and that's fine. But sometimes, like myself, I just want to see something a little bit like whoa, like more whoa than that, quote unquote. Not saying, I'm not trying to be mean about it, it's just that you can get bored of it a little bit. So I think sometimes it's good to take a step back and come back refreshed into the hobby. I don't know if that makes sense. Let me know what you guys think. I get so many contents like, what the hell is wrong with this guy? Well, Freddy, I absolutely love your models, dude, and I think that you do a great and fine job at what you're doing yourself, and I think it speaks very highly of your creativity. So yeah, especially speaking of Sasabi, a perfect grade would be perfection. There is J-Trong. It's a metal build, and hopefully it'll be out soon, and it's going to be expensive as shit. But Adam, you promised that you were going to keep one for me. And the problem is you can really add any more to the Sasabi. You can't. The Sasabi is very difficult to add more onto. That's why there's a lot of Sasabis out there with a lot of details that some people just kind of, it becomes a bust. Like there's just way too much on there. I've only seen a handful of Sasabis that I'm just like, whoa. And I think the best Sasabi I've ever seen in my life has been Robbie Plus. And the problem is you can, PG Unleashed Sasabi? Yes, please. Oh my God. Yes, Shane. Add some Psycho Frame. And it's your kit to build and paint for yourself. If people don't like your color scheme, even if it's an old and reuse, it's for yourself, not them. Yeah, and that's fine, Jeffrey. Like, that's what I mean. Like, it's for you. But I think, you know, sometimes what happens is that certain people are in the hobby for so long that sometimes you just want to, it takes a little bit more for yourself to be like, wow. But I do commend everybody who always paints. I always try to understand where they're coming from. Because I myself am a beginner as much as you guys are. Or, you know, if you guys feel you guys are, I am a beginner as well. And that's just the way I see things. Oh, good. A metal build Sasabi, more fodder for scalpers. For a lot of people, the MGs and Verkaz are the holy grail. So keeping the same color or just adding a top coat is enough for them. Yeah, some people just want to keep their own same kits. I agree. I like putting my own color schemes on my kits unless I really like the original kit scheme I buy too. Noble, I've seen your kits, dude. They're awesome. And I love, you've literally been like bouncing light years in how amazing you're getting at painting, dude. Seriously. Seriously, I love, that's why I love being part of this community, is just being able to see you guys grow that way. And I'm just looking at you guys, I'm like, God damn, like I need to step it up, because I've been surpassed in so many ways by so many people. And sometimes I'm like, you guys should be up here. I shouldn't be up here. Some people just want to collect. They don't have to be the model building pros. Exactly. And again, it goes back to what Simon said earlier. It goes back to what Old School said, you know, enjoy the hobby the way that you want to enjoy it. All right. So let's see what people have said here. Well, Dronzy says, I agree with unsolicited advice. I also hate it when people look for feedback and think they're better than certain opinions. What's the point of asking them? It's like they ask for advice as a facade, but are really fishing for compliments. Oh my God, yes, there's so many people out there just fucking fishing for compliments. It's disgusting, like... And that's what I mean, like, if you're asking for advice and critique and you can't take the critique and you get offended by it, That's on you. That's not on me. That's on your insecurities, not on me. I shouldn't have to look out for your insecurities. And I think that's a lot of that's some things that a lot of people tend to miss out on, is that they feel that their insecurities lie on my lap. Like, no. If you're asking for my help or you're asking for my critique and I don't like it personally, then like you can't blame me. You know what I mean? Enjoy the hobby how you want. There's a balance everyone must hit. I agree with Noah Mecha. Sometimes I just like to alter the OG colors a little bit, but yeah, I want to paint in a red Sasabi, but just a darker red than usual, nothing crazy. Hey, that's what I did. My first ever painted kit is a red Sasabi. Puts away fishing pole. Freddy, are you fishing for compliments, baby? Because I'll compliment you right now. Noble Mecha says, finding GTS made me push my skills more and more with how much great people we have in our group and community, and know I have a lot more to learn, and there are so many teachers here. There are so many people on here in the GTS community that are just, they're amazing, they're great, and you guys are amazing always. But Freddy, yeah, I'll compliment you every day of the week, baby. All right, let's keep going. Yeah, so I agree with you, Dronzy. Sparon, I hope I'm saying that wrong. It's not wrong. I hope I'm saying that right and not wrong. I can't deny that there are many more narcissists than nichels out there, but I try to give the benefit of the doubt and to think the best of people till proven wrong. Even still, and perhaps just generally, just putting fair ideas out there in the ethos can quietly grow and influence without being heavily landed in its messaging. There's a lot of narcissists out there, but thankfully, I have been able to avoid most of them. I'm gonna get to my talking points in a bit. Like, shit, this has been going on. How long have we been live now? An hour? Holy shit. Well, technically like 55 minutes because there's a 5-minute wait. But I'm gonna get to my talking points because I do want to speak on some things. But yes, I do agree with that. Gundam Yuki says, I hate the absurd prices that's taken over online thanks to scalpers. Fuck, guys, how many times has scalpers come up on the stream? Hundreds of times. Fuck scalpers, you're the scum of the earth. So Gundam Yuki, I hear you. And MG Zeta Plus is C1 is $80 more than twice. It's okay. I can say this because this is my show, this is my platform, so I don't care if the people that I know will take offense to this are listening in. But there is a store here in Calgary, which I'm not gonna name. I'm not gonna name your store, but you're a fucking scalper, dude. You're a fucking scalper. You wanted to sell this. You wanted to sell this kit to me for 180 Canadian dollars when it was going on sale online on every other store besides yours at $145. That's $35 difference. And you wanted to really bring like that I told you I was willing to pay 145 because that's what every other fucking store in Canadian dollars was selling this for. I wanted to buy it off of you. But you didn't want to sell it to me at that price because supposedly when you buy things, they come with insurance and some sticker from Japan, Bandai, Bandai bullshit. Fuck you, dude. You're a scalper and the people that follow you are also assholes. So come at me, bro. You ain't gonna do shit. Also, people, let's see what it says here. We see the narcissists more because they post more on social media. Jeffrey, are you calling me a narcissist, bro? No, I'm kidding. I don't know. I should be asleep. Did I'll do double and gotta do more, but I want to watch. Noble, hey, you can stay here with me, bro. Like Aaron with the SP on it, and no, my name isn't Aaron. We want 24-hour streams, and we want them now. Oh my god, guilty. Also, people who do this for some clout. Oh my god, Noble. We'll get into that in a little bit. Can you talk about the backlogs 2 years and 60+ kits? Can you talk about the backlogs 2 years and 60+ kits? Formula C, can you elaborate a little bit on that? Ragnar, they were bringing the storm, haha. The stores, but you're a bad person for not shopping locally. Yo, fuck the people and fuck that guy and fuck all of his followers. So if you're watching this, because, you know, you might be watching it, I don't give a fuck what you think. There you go. I could honestly give 0 fucks because you're a scalper. And you support a scalper. And scalpers are just terrible. But you don't shop locally, so you're a bad person. I don't care. The fuck out of here. I'm sorry, guys. It's so passionate for me because I absolutely hate those people. Bunch of fucking pussies. Anyway, like Tears in Rain. Whoa, I love that name. I'm a bit turned off by the way that fans go about newer content. I see so many people claim I totally don't know who you're talking about. That quote just popped in my head. Jeffrey, I'm sure you don't know absolutely who I'm talking about, bro. Like, you don't know at all. At least you have a place to shop locally. New York City be struggling, but you're in New York City. How? 2 years into the hobby, buying too many kits. Oh, okay. I don't know if that's a bad thing. I mean, you could be 2 years in and buy a lot of kits. I know my wife and I got into this hobby and we just started buying the first year so many kits. We bought so many kits. And even now we have so many more. I guess it's just, I mean, I don't see anything wrong with that. I mean, I think it's wrong if maybe you don't know how to like do your finances, but there's nothing, I don't think, inherently wrong. It's not a big hobby over here. Yeah, well, that's the thing. It goes back to what we talked about, you know, Gunpla still needs to grow. I take that, and I took that personally. It still needs to grow over here in North America for us to like get the bigger audience and the more things. Come to SoCal. We have like 10 local shops to buy from. We need to do like a whole big GTS meetup thing in California or something. What's the local stuff doesn't have what I want? Am I still a bad person? Apparently, according to those assholes, ECHS, you are a terrible person for not supporting a local scalper. You're like, wow. Like, seriously, those guys are fucking losers, dude. Anyway, so I'm gonna go back to what I was saying, like Tears in Rain. But I see so many people claim they want new stuff of manga adapted into anime and grown when something gets reworked, the Wing Gundam or Strike Gundam, yet they eat it up anyway, and the cycle continues. Well, that's the thing, like Tears in Rain, that's what I meant earlier. Like, the thing that can speak the most and most loudly for us is our wallets. A lot of people complain. A lot of people like to complain, but they end up buying the kit. And I think the most important thing we can do as a community in the hobby, if we don't want something, then just don't buy it. But at the end of the day, people just end up buying it, which is fine. Again, it's fine. But if we really want to change this, I think that's what we could do. Here in Saskatoon, I don't know, I'm pretty sure I said that wrong. We only have one place and they have a decent selection of Gunpla. As much as I love the Wing Zeros, I'm tired of them making more and more. I'm tired of them making unicorns. I'm tired of them making so much, like, it's just terrible. My Warhammer collection is easily 100 times bigger than my Gunpla collection, but I have at least 2 decades more of collecting it. Both backlogs are daunting anyways. Backlogs are nice until you look at them in the face and you realize, where did all this money go? No, I'm kidding. It just depends on how you like to do things. Dude, that breeze feels so great. I also want a collection of all the Wing Zero. But you see what I mean? Like, I get it, man. I get it. They eat up anyways, and the cycle continues, yeah. I also agree with this guy. Why buy it just to paint it the same color? Again, some people just want to. I mean, I'm not saying like your opinion is wrong. I know that you might not like that, but some people just enjoy that one. Which I completely understand, though. I can understand. This is a minor complaint, but never fun to find out you got the bad luck with the draw with mold defects. Oh my, wow, you really got the... Okay, Yuki. I feel for you. Got the short end here with the molding here. I'm sorry that you have to go through that. That's one of the things that I would love is if we also got the whole replace a runner bit from servers that sometimes they have in Japan. I know that they come and go. But I would definitely get that looked at, or email, I don't know, maybe email Bandai. I'm pretty sure they'll figure something out if you post this in the social media and send it over to them. I don't know, maybe? I don't know. I'm gonna go back to the same old, regular, just my face, in case you wanted to see me. Unpopular opinion. Okay, wait a second. I missed some stuff while I was talking over here. We had a bender at last year's SCGMC with ridiculous markups, and so many people were making comments about it in front of them. Unpopular opinion. Yes, Freddy, some people just don't like to hear that they're scalpers. They just don't like to take the truth pill and go like, oh, wait, am I the bad guy? You know? Unpopular opinion. If you are posting on any kind of social media, even Discord, you are inviting criticism, good or bad. You can, or the modders can always block the people with crappy criticism. All right, sorry, I took a pause there. I needed to take some water, some intake, you know, fuel myself up. I think Judge Judy said it best. I never thought I'd fucking find myself saying, I think Judge Judy said it best. I've been on the Judge Judy spree lately, okay? When I'm like having breakfast, I'm watching Judge Judy episodes, okay? Sue me. But she says it all the time when somebody comes up with like, but they posted a bad review on me on the internet. And Judge Judy is like, if you are posting or you have your stuff online, then you are open to criticism from any point. Like, it doesn't matter. That will not be taken as harassing in the legal court, according to her. And I agree with you, Nupla. I agree with you. If you are posting your stuff in some way, you should be ready for an asshole or two to either post some mean stuff, and you should be open to other people being nice. It's the luck of the draw. You know what I mean? I went to the shops a few weeks ago. Prices were back down to almost normal. Okay, so they did it because they were at an event. So they are bigger assholes than they seem. Only local I support are the ones that stay reasonable in price, and so do I. So do I. There are a couple of stores here in Calgary. I'm not going to name them because I don't want anybody to feel bad because they're talking bad about my store. But there's one store in particular, like I was mentioning, that is completely fucking scalping. And as much as they might want to talk shit, I did buy stuff from you, dude. I mean, I bought like, I don't know, like $200 something off of you. So it's not like I didn't support you in the beginning, but you took me for a dumbass because I didn't know too much about the hobby until I started looking into it. And there's another place that also sells kits at a really high price that I called out on. I called them out, and the person in charge of that place messaged me and we talked, but other people were like stepping up to them and calling me an asshole for not supporting local. Like, bro, like, I'm trying to help people, you know what I mean? To me, that's an opportunity to expand your scratch building skills. There you go. One of my HG UC Zeta Plus is missing the leg veins. Aw. Man, yeah, so you guys have had some rough luck with that. If it has the Bluefin logo on the box, you can hit them up or replacement runner. There you go. Noble Mecha, there you go. Buy in your budget wherever fits your budget. Yes. Buy within your budget. Don't... You gotta handle the finances, guys. Guys, I was originally gonna wear this hat because my hair is all over the place. And I didn't want to look like a douchebag. But I probably already do. Hello, guys. No, I'm kidding. But seriously, you guys see my hair? It's all over the place. Old school skill, or do a lot OT and make your own budget. I wish people would criticize my stuff. The most I got was that I should have used a darker shade of color. Grind hard to keep the backlog large. Judge Judy is right. Lil, you are in a town hall environment. Show the hair. Show the hair. I was thinking about getting it cut, guys. I don't want this to become a stream about my hair, but what do you guys think? Should I cut it? Let me know. Let me know in the comments. That's important. That's Freddie, I'm glad that you mentioned that, because not my hair, but the other thing. And I've heard other people who are big in Instagram. Not, I don't want to say big, but they're like, you know, a lot of people know them. It's difficult for them to gain. Kev Models, actually, my boy Kev Models has talked about this before, how he would rather have someone comment on their post about something they could have done better, or something that maybe doesn't look correctly, or how they could improve, as opposed to the always, wow, amazing, oh my god, beautiful, oh this, which there's nothing wrong with those, but you know, sometimes people just want to be criticized a little bit so they can get better. But at some point, which I think is, I don't know what you would call it, some people just get really good at what they do, and it's difficult for someone to find a fault in there. And I think the same goes for you, Freddie, in some way, because you're really good at what you do, and the way that you customize your kits and the way that you get into horrorpla, that some people maybe don't feel like they have the capability to criticize you. But I will criticize the fact that you haven't come over to Calgary with Meg to hang out. Just laying it out there. I'm just gonna lay that out there. Yes, cut it. Gotta stay fresh, bro. All right, I'm gonna cut this hair then. Shane said it. All right, guys, I'm gonna get to my talking points real quick before we end this, because these episodes are meant to be short. It's 1 hour and 12 now. Nothing wrong with that. I'm fine. You know, it's my day off. I can hang out with you guys. And I get a nice breeze from my window. By the way, guys, I opted to, I don't know if you guys can see. Let me see if I can see this stuff. I posted, look, I hung up my artwork that Terry sent me. I did it this morning. I got new frames for that. Look at that, huh? Now my walls don't look so bare. I just wanted to show you this. I just wanted to show you guys that. But yeah, anyway, the point, oh, let's fix this fucking camera. Oh my god. There we go. All right, look at that. Cool. All right, so one of the things that I wanted to talk about personally is the clout. It's the clout seekers, dude. There are so many people out there that get into the hobby. The soundtrack is bopping. Thanks, man. Like, you guys, any music that you guys are hearing right now is you can find it on Stream Beats Originals by Stream Beats on Spotify. It's copyright free music. I also follow the guy who created it on YouTube. He's amazing. He does a bunch of social media stuff. He doesn't pay me. I don't know him. I'm just telling you guys, this is an awesome. He has lo-fi, electronic, synthwave, hip hop, hours and hours of music for free, copyright free. I've never had a problem with them on YouTube or on Twitch when I used to stream on Twitch. And right now I'm using the Stream Beats Rock playlist as opposed to the lo-fi that I always use. You guys can't hear the music? Can you guys hear it now? Can you guys hear it now? There it is. Anyway, all right, so going on to my gripe is the clout-seeking people. And I know I talked about it when Freddie and Meg and Adam were on, but a lot of people come into the hobby instead of like... I'm not getting mauled to death by Bear and Elden Ring while listening. By the way, I finished Elden Ring. God, I keep getting sidetracked. Okay. And I think a lot of people come into the hobby hoping to become very popular, which is not wrong. It's not wrong to come in here hoping to create a following. But I think you have to be honest with yourself and what it is that you want from this hobby. And a lot of people who... what I hate to see is people who use other people to grow. One of the things that I've always been very... I've always tried to be very careful about is using my friends, you know, like the people that I've met through this beautiful hobby to become popular. I never want to do that. And I see a lot of people do it. I see a lot of people just wanting to look for clout, and it's sickening. I absolutely hate it. And don't do it for the clout, guys. Like, no clout seeking. Just come in here and hang out. I know some people have messaged me. Well, some people that just don't like me who've told me that I'm a clout seeker, but I don't think I've ever looked for clout. I'm still very true to my roots when it comes to just doing this for the community and for the people that I hang out with and talking to you guys. Yeah, but there's a lot of people out there who just are always doing it to try to be popular, and it's like, bro, just come over here, hang out, build some robots with us, you know, that's about it. And the other thing that I also wanted to mention is the way that certain things in the hobby kind of, the way we go about dealing with certain people or certain situations. I feel like the whole pitchfork mentality, the mob mentality is wrong at times. And I can speak of that personally because I had a situation a long time ago when I first started the hobby that I didn't take part in the mob mentality despite other people, you know, standing up for me, which I'm very grateful for, but I don't condone the mob mentality, even when things have been directed towards me or I've been attacked by certain people in the hobby. It's not a good thing to do, especially when, you know, if you do have the spotlight on you, I think it's up to us to be the, well, how could I say this? The role model in some way for other people. And I think it's best to just be like, okay, I'm going to ignore that stuff. You know what I mean? Oh no, he interviews people, the clout chaser. This hobby is a niche within a niche. Going into it for clout seems kind of pathetic in my opinion. It does, Shane. Trust me, it does. Any hobby tends to attract those. My profession is full of them. Chasing numbers rather than skill. A little bigger crowd only brings more scammers PMing you. It does. It does. And but yeah, guys. I mean, mob mentalities, and then you have the clout chasers. A lot of people. I feel like a lot of people who are the clout chasers are just people who never got attention in their lives. Again, I don't know that, but it just seems to me that way. And it's sad because I feel that the thing that makes this hobby so great, aside from the cool kits that Bandai releases for us to buy and make them richer, is the people behind it. And I don't mean this to be cheesy at all. But I would hope that the people who know me the most inside the hobby know that I'm speaking from the truth and from the heart when I say that I'm in this for the community, and I hope that a lot of you guys are as well, along for the cool fucking mechs that we get to build. So yeah, go do something in Minecraft if y'all want people. If you want to be popular, son, it ain't in Gunpla. It ain't in Gunpla. It ain't in Gunpla. And mob mentalities too. Don't, you know, I don't condone that in any way whatsoever. That's why I don't know if you guys have noticed that I try to stay away from the drama anything that happens. I'm not saying that it's wrong. I'm not saying that anybody's right or anybody's wrong, or it's just that, you know, I think it's up to us to be better than a lot of people and take the high road. But yeah, guys, thank you guys seriously for joining me today and talking about things that you guys find annoying and bad within the within the hobby community here on you know, in Gunpla. And honestly, I feel like there's a lot more. I'm gonna become the Jessica and the Nigiri of Gunpla and said no whenever, I hope. I'm not even gonna get into that touchy subject. If I ever get into that subject, I'm gonna ask Meg to be on with me, so at least somebody and not because Meg is that person, just that I feel her and I have shared our thoughts, and I don't know. It's funny how, you know, it's funny how many people you meet here and just the amount of types of people that you see within the hobby. Jessica Nigiri? She's some chick. But if you guys are looking for some cool Gunpla people to go watch and people to support that are into the whole drama side of stuff, go watch Meg Vanderly. She will be having her birthday stream here soon, I think on the 9th, if I'm not mistaken. It'll be on the 9th on Saturday. Go watch her, guys, on Twitch, Vanderly. She will be doing a 12-hour stream. Donations to her will go all towards kitties. Go check her out. Seriously, Freddy's in the chat. He knows more about that. I just picked a random popular cosplayer. I don't know if there's any controversy there. I'm sure there is, though. Last I checked, Nigiri is a sushi. Yeah, go check her out, guys. Seriously, go over and hang out with her. And Freddy's gonna dress up like a cat for it on Saturday, and USA Gundam Store is gonna be matching up to $2,000 in donations for the kittens and for the kitties and the cats. Because, and the reason I'm saying this is because I don't know if you guys have seen my cat. I'm sure you guys have. I love cats. Go do it for the kitties. Speaking of, it just got delivered. Damn, okay, I can't wait to see that. My wife and I will be donating a little bit of money over there. So I hope that the GTS fam can go over there and support a fellow member of the community. One of the best Gunpla Twitch streamers out there is Meg and the Buttress, people that I like to personally watch myself. Other than that, guys, seriously, thank you guys for joining me. I will be getting a haircut soon. There will be some more announcements soon regarding the community. My patrons already know about that. Hit this like button and subscribe if you guys want to watch more. Hit the notification bell. I love you guys so much. Unfortunately, I overpaid for an MG sniper. Damn. I also have a GM sniper, the first one. I think I might overpaid for it too. Speaking of, I got to go feed my cats and my child. Time to go be a responsible adult. Thanks for plugging Meg. Hey, you guys, you don't have to worry about it, Freddy. I honestly love you guys. But yeah, guys, again, hit the subscribe button. Seriously, it helps us out a lot, along with the like. Share this around. Let people know about the GTS fam. We're here for you guys. We're here for everyone. So many cool things coming up. I love you. I love every single one of you guys. See you around, Jess. Glad I could catch a stream. Thanks, Jeffrey, for joining in, dude. Take care, guys. And see you later.